Welcome back to the channel, my friends. It's Alan, and we're going to talk about my 9 personal finance lessons to live life on your own terms. Let me ask you this. Are you struggling with managing your finances? Do you have any amount of money, but you don't know what to do with it? Or do you feel so overwhelmed from actually how to track expenses to ultimately how you're going to retire one day? Each one of the lessons I'll run through today will help you on your journey to taking charge of your finances so you can live life on your own terms, become financially independent from your job or business, and ensure you have enough money for your retirement. Stick around as I follow this process, and this led to me being financially independent by age 30. Are you ready to change your life? Let's do it. Firstly, we need to track our expenses. This can seem like a chore to most people. When I started first managing my finances back when I started my first sales role in 2013, I created my own spreadsheet with all my expenses. Times have moved on slightly, and I'll recommend an application for you in a couple of seconds. However, it's important that we understand how to budget. If we cannot budget, then we can have all the applications and spreadsheets we want. But if our expenses exceed our income, we're in trouble, and you are certainly not going to be in charge of your current finances, which are equally as important on your journey to financial independence. What we need to do is implement the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income is for needs. These are essential items that you cannot live without and cannot cut out of your budget. 30% of your income is for wants, which are probably not necessary, but listen, this channel is not about saving on your daily Starbucks. Life is for living, and we can still live life, invest, and live the life of our dreams if we are structured. 20% of your income is for savings. However, as all of you know who tune in, I don't like to save, I like to invest. So let's call this 20% for investments. 50% of your needs are going to go on your mortgage, utility bills, food, shopping, and car insurance, as you cannot cut these out of your budget. 30% of your wants will be items such as going to that football game, going on holiday, and maybe a fancy gym membership. 20% goes to your investments, whether that's a Roth IRA in the US or a stocks and shares ISA in the UK, buying cryptocurrencies, or whatever takes your fancy. Remember, if you are a DIY investor like me, make sure you do your research or consult a professional advisor on your investments. And I have many more videos on this channel on how to make more money and how I invest my money as well. In terms of a budgeting application, I highly recommend the application Emma, which runs on Android and iOS. Track all your finances in one place using open banking, and you can track and cancel wasteful subscriptions as well. Emma personally saved me over $500 per month, and I've linked this below in the show notes. Moving swiftly on to my second principle is to create a vision board. Now, for all of you who don't know, a vision board is a collage of images, pictures, dreams, and affirmations that represent your dreams, goals, desires for your future self. Now, if you are creative, you can get your old arts and crafts set out and construct your own vision board with your goals and dreams. Or if you go over to visionboard.cc, you can easily construct your own vision board. And then I would put this vision board as your screensaver on your laptop. So each day you can log in, see your goals, and you can push even further. Once you have your vision board ready, you need to put some financial context around this. And we need to calculate what financial independence looks like for you, which I call my vision number. Now, we can simply use the 50-30-20 rule here and also add any more needs, wants, and investments to this to calculate your vision number. So let's say on a monthly basis, you would like a house for $2,500 per month, a car for $500 per month, holidays which could work out to around about $1,000 a month, kids' education at $2,000 per month, investments at $1,000, and general expenses of around $1,500 per month. If we add 20% to this number for contingency, then your vision number is just over $10,000 per month. What I'd now like to ask you to do is to create your own vision number based on your own numbers. And remember, the numbers above are for illustration purposes only. And if you click the link in the show notes below, I've created a template for you to be able to create your own vision number so you can start planning today. Now, we need to talk about delayed gratification, and this is very, very important, everyone. Most people, if they get a pay rise or their business sees increased profits, upgrade their lifestyle. The champagne bottles start popping in the clubs and nice watches and cars start to be bought. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I do think it's good to spend and not just invest all your money, as we need to live a little. However, every additional penny earned doesn't mean we need to splurge on all of our wants and desires. Delayed gratification means that you wait that little bit longer to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So based on the 50-30-20 rule, what we might want to do is adjust this slightly. If we are earning more money, if we can keep our needs at around the same level, then our needs might drop to more like 30% of our income. And then we have 70% left to play around with our wants and desires. At this point, we could even increase our wants to 40% of our income and increase our investments to 30% of our income, or whatever split you decide. Delaying expenditure now does not mean you can't enjoy yourself today, but it means hold back a little so you can hit your personal finance goals quicker. This brings us nicely onto debt. Now, if you're from the US, Australia, UK, or Europe, you're probably told in school, debt is bad, make sure you pay off all of your debt. Now, our school teachers are very good in general at teaching us mathematics, English, history, but most of them do not specialize in personal finance, which, as I've mentioned many, many times before, is a massive shame and should change. But let me tell you, there are two different types of debt: good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is normally for anybody you know who is what I would term a weekend millionaire, who goes out buying champagne and drives fast cars every weekend. And please don't think I'm judging you, because in my young years, this was definitely me. But as you can tell from the channel, I've changed my ways, listened to people, and I can now provide you all with this fabulous advice so you don't make the same mistakes as me. Good debt is paying for an asset that provides value in the form of income and capital appreciation. My favorite example of this is residential real estate, where you can buy a house for $100,000, put a deposit down of $25K and receive a rental income, and over time, the property is likely to appreciate in value. Knowing the difference is vital to get you on your journey to living life on your own terms, and I'll be recommending my favorite book later in this video, which got me started on my own journey. On to lesson number 5, which is to create multiple streams of income. According to CNBC, 65% of millionaires have 3 streams of income and 29% have 5 streams or more. It's clear having multiple streams of income is key, as if you only have one income stream like a job or a business, you are in trouble if you're either made redundant or have business difficulties. I hope you're getting tons of value so far from this video, everyone. So please can I ask you all to ring that bell, subscribe to this channel and give me a like. I want more people to benefit from my content, and this can only happen if you help me out. Now, to live life on your own terms, you need to understand your own tax system. Now, I don't offer financial tax advice on this channel, so please always speak to an advisor, as everybody's tax situation is different, especially in different countries. However, it is key to understand how tax works for you personally. There might be certain write-offs you can take advantage of within your company if you have a business, for example. I personally drive an electric car, which we run through one of my limited companies, and we can claim certain taxes back on this, and all the maintenance, servicing and repairs are paid for by the company and not myself personally. If you are employed, there might be certain work from home allowances you could claim for, or you could pay into your pension scheme, for example, to reduce your tax bill. Again, it is absolutely vital you learn the tax system. You could be paying the tax office a lot more money than you need to be. Tax is super important, but so is your overall financial education. There are plenty of different ways to consume financial education, and by watching this video, you are definitely on your way. There is so much I've learned from various people and mentors on personal finance that I could be here for hours talking to you about all of this. But if there's one book I can recommend to start today, it's Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki got me started on my own personal finance journey to living a life on my own terms. And whilst Robert is typically a Bitcoin, gold, silver, and real estate advocate, the lessons he gives in this incredible book can be applied in many different ways. If you take anything away from this video today, please make sure you go and buy this book, and I've linked to this in the show notes below. Now, we need to learn about the power of compound interest. I've talked about this before, and it's absolutely vital that we understand what compounding does for our money. This will tie in very well with my next point, but compound interest is certainly the 8th wonder of the world and is one of the age-old theories of personal finance. Compounding really gathers pace in your later years of investing, so it might seem like you are doing lots of work now, putting away your money each month into your stocks and shares ISA or Roth IRA with no real impact, but it's when you reach year 10, 20, 30, and 40, which is when it really kicks in. Let's take Warren Buffett, a great friend of the channel, but that's only because I talk about him all the time. But the majority of Warren Buffett's wealth came after the age of 65. And had Buffett stopped investing then, he might not even be the household name he is today. Morgan Housel wrote in his best-selling business book, The Psychology of Money, Buffett's skill is investing, but his secret is time. Let me repeat this. Buffett's skill is investing, but his secret is time. And a little quote from me too on top of this. Capital plus investing plus time equals extraordinary returns. Timing the market is better than timing the market. And this is because compound interest really kicks in many years down the line. Let me show you how. If you're 18 years old and you want to retire by the time you are 58 years of age, then if you invested $200 per month based on the average S&P 500 rate return for 40 years, you would have over $1.2 million. But let me show you this. If this was only left over 30 years until you're age 48, then you would be left with just over 450K, which is a monumental difference in wealth. And this shows you the benefit of compounding in later years and why it's such an important part of our strategy. Our last lesson is to calculate your retirement pot today. Whether you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, you need to work out what you need to live on when you decide you want to retire. Now, retirement is completely subjective, and if you're working a 9 to 5 currently and you want to work out your retirement pot for you to retire comfortable with no effort of managing your own money, you're going to want to listen to this rule. The 4% pension rule means you can draw down 4% of your pension each year and increase this 4% year on year in line with inflation. Based on this, you can work out how much you would like to live off per year. For example, if you would like to live off $40,000 per year, you would need a pension pot of $1 million, but depending where you are in the world, you'll potentially need more due to taxes, etc. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to assume you're all living in sunny Dubai paying zero taxes. The rule assumes that people's pensions will last 30 years, and the 4% rule states by drawing down 4% per year, you should not exhaust your pension pot either. On that note, my friends, we're at the end of this video. These 8 lessons have really changed my life and allowed me to focus on building wealth in the background whilst working on my active businesses and investments today, which in turn are helping fund tomorrow with strategic planning and action. As always, ring that bell, subscribe to the channel, and give this video a like, and you'll see 2 more videos on your screen now, which you can give a watch if you enjoy my content. And I'll see you all in the next one.